In May of 1618, a group of armed men stormed into Prague Castle and threw 3 government officials out of a 3rd-story window. All 3 survived, but that single act of rage would kill 8 million people. This is the story of the Second Defenestration of Prague, the most consequential tantrum in human history. To understand why men were flying out of windows, we need to go back a century. In 1517, Martin Luther nailed his theses to a church door, and Europe cracked in half, Protestant and Catholic. For 100 years, the Holy Roman Empire held together through fragile compromise. Bohemia, modern-day Czech Republic, was a jewel in the Habsburg crown. Its people were fiercely Protestant. Its rulers were Catholic Habsburgs, and a document called the Letter of Majesty, signed in 1609, guaranteed religious freedom. It was an uneasy peace. Then, in 1617, the Habsburgs placed Ferdinand of Styria on the Bohemian throne. Ferdinand was a zealot. He had once vowed to re-Catholicize every inch of his domain. Almost immediately, Protestant churches were closed. Freedoms were revoked. The Letter of Majesty, their sacred guarantee, was treated like scrap paper. On May 23, 1618, a delegation of Protestant nobles marched into the Bohemian chancellery inside Prague Castle. They confronted 3 Catholic regents, Vilém Slavata, Jaroslav Martinik, and their secretary Philip Fabricius. Words turned to fury. Fury turned to action. The Protestants seized the 3 men and hurled them from the window, a 70-foot drop into the castle moat below. Astonishingly, all 3 survived. Catholics claimed angels had carried them safely to earth. Protestants said they landed in a dung heap. The truth probably involved a steep slope and a lot of luck. But the damage was done. Bohemia erupted in open revolt. The Protestant estates deposed Ferdinand and crowned Frederick of the Palatinate as their new king. Frederick would last barely 1 winter, earning him the mocking title, the Winter King. In November 1620, at the Battle of White Mountain, just outside Prague, the Habsburgs crushed the Bohemian rebellion in under 2 hours. The aftermath was savage. 27 rebel leaders were executed in Prague's Old Town Square. Protestant property was seized. The Czech language was suppressed. But this was only the beginning. What started as a Bohemian revolt metastasized into a continental war. Denmark intervened. Then Sweden. Then France, a Catholic nation fighting against Catholic Habsburgs for pure political advantage. Armies of mercenaries swept across Germany like wildfires. The sack of Magdeburg in 1631 killed 20,000 civilians in a single day, shocking all of Europe. Farmlands were scorched. Villages vanished. Some German regions lost 2/3 of their population. By the time exhaustion forced a peace at Westphalia in 1648, 8 million people were dead. The Holy Roman Empire was shattered in all but name, and the treaties signed that year established something revolutionary: the principle that sovereign states, not emperors or popes, held ultimate authority within their borders. Modern international relations were born in the ashes of a war started by men thrown from a window. 3 survivors of a 70-foot fall. 30 years of hell and a new world order written in blood and broken glass.